asking a woman about, if you don't care about her, like what's going on in her head, the type of woman that she is, yeah, I think it's a little shallow if that's the
It's
only
not
thing you
shallow. It's
care about.
incredibly intelligent, and I'll tell you why. The foundation of a relationship for women and men is going to be based on men are very territorial with women. We don't want hoes. There's a reason why guys don't want to date girls that have a past and they don't want to know about your sexual past, whatever. As a matter of fact, if every single one of you asked each of you how many men have you had sex with, you're going to be reluctant to tell me the answer. There's a reason for that, because women know deep down that their body count aligns a lot with their value from a relationship standpoint. If a woman has a high notch count, 1,000 dudes, whatever, the ability for her to lock down a guy in a serious relationship drops precipitously, right? Will we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the equivalent on the male side is if a man doesn't have a high earning potential or he doesn't have confidence, it'd be the same thing. That's a turnoff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why men care so much about a woman's body count is because if a woman is promiscuous, you can't ensure paternity. Okay.
What do you mean?
What is every man's what's your deepest, darkest fear as a woman? Let's go around the table real quick.
Oh my God. I don't know, getting sexually assaulted one day, God forbid.
Right.
Yeah, by a weirdo, right? In a dark alley or whatever, getting kidnapped, right?
Okay, that's fair.
Fair to say that's across the board?
I think I agree.
Traffic,
yeah.
That is crazy. That's like a nightmare.
Yeah, getting trafficked. There's some masked men coming and kidnapping you, taking you off and doing things to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys want to know the male's equivalent? That deep fear that you guys have? Raising a child that we find out later on isn't ours.
Damn, son.
Okay? Yeah. So you feel that pain that you feel where you're getting taken advantage of and someone is doing things to you that you don't want, that's how men feel about raising a child that they find out isn't theirs. Okay? We get raped another way. That's why men don't want to deal with girls that are hoes. Because if you deal with a girl that's promiscuous and has a past and you have a child with this woman, there's a good chance that child might not be yours. And that is devastating to a man. So that is why a woman's past matters so much to men. It's just that we live in a society nowadays that shames men for holding women to standards.
But for that only one reason, though?
There's a bunch of other reasons as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
there's statistical
then it's
proof.
not shallow, then.
That's why you take paternity test.
That's why I take paternity. But here's the thing: you got to remember, we're hardwired from millennia of being human beings. We didn't have paternity tests and all these modern conventions, so we're still wired as if we were, back then in the day when we didn't have all these modern conventions to ensure paternity. So men still, right? Even though women make more money than ever before, and you guys are successful, you don't need men. You still want a guy who's taller than you, muscular, attractive, and all these other things. Why? Because women are hardwired to look for this in men. Men are hardwired to look for women that aren't hoes. So, and you're going back, well, is that the only reason? Let me tell you the negative consequences of what happens when you deal with women like this. There's studies that show the more men a woman has had sex with, the more partners, the less likely that you're going to be able to have a good marriage with her. The divorce rates skyrocket once a girl hits a certain notch count of men, and then on top of that, divorce rates go up, etc. So it's a bad bet for a guy to marry a woman that has a promiscuous past, because the chances of you're pretty much investing everything into a woman that could destroy you. So that is why guys care so much about a woman's past. Men don't ask for much.
Yeah.
If you really ask guys what they want, they just want a girl that's loyal, submissive, and not a hoe. But that not being a hoe thing weighs a lot. And then there's a bunch of studies out there also that show that women can't pair bond when they have larger notch counts. They have mental issues. 1 in 4 women nowadays has as an antidepressant, anti-anxiety. Like there's a whole bunch of stats that show that the more promiscuous a woman is, the less likely she's going to be able to be a good wife, and more importantly, a good mother to your child. So that is why men care so much about a woman's past. It's just that we shame men for this. We tell them you're an asshole, you're shallow. Like your knee-jerk reaction when I said a man doesn't want a woman with a past, that's shallow.
No, I said if that's the only thing you're talking to a girl about, that's the only thing that you care about. You don't care about her character. You don't care about the type of woman she is.
But it's not shallow. It's actually incredibly important.
So if you're gonna date someone, you don't care about the woman's character or how you guys fit together as a couple.
Well, here's the thing: her promiscuity speaks volumes to her character.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to be a certain type of person to be that way.
Yeah.
You're not going to be discerning. Men have to create their value. Women are born with value, so women must preserve their value. So if they don't preserve it, that tells you everything you need to know about her character.
A woman of character
sorry.
No.
You don't think there's other like important elements to a woman besides her body and who she sleeps with? I'm saying it like that's great. That's important to you. That's great.
But see,
that is the most important to most guys.
You guys ask us the question, but then you're telling us how we should think about women. Isn't that funny?
I'm asking you. Yeah.
Yeah, we're telling you the truth.
But he's telling you, and you're like telling him,
and you don't like the answer.
No, I didn't hear. What'd you say?
Selective hearing.
Because you guys were kind of talking at the same
Yeah.
time. That's why.
Okay,
I
okay,
talked
okay.
over her too.
Okay, go ahead.
No, if go ahead. So what are you asking me then, just so I can?
If you're looking to be with someone seriously, like you don't think there's like women are multifaceted and there's like a lot of different aspects that you would want to look into before you be with someone? Yeah.
For sure. But okay.
But list
that's
them.
that's a fantastic question. So when you go to a car lot and you're going to buy a car, right?
Comparing women to cars now.
Well, I have to give you an
It's an
analogy so you
analogy.
understand. So if the mileage is 100,000, are you
can
going to
just do it with
care?
a woman? Just give me an example with like
Let
a
her
girl.
finish.
Please let me finish.
Okay, yeah.
finish.
If you
Simple
go
as
to
that.
a car lot and you're trying to buy a car and the car is well priced, you're like, damn, okay, this is a good deal. And then you look at the mileage, it's 200,000 miles, but has new tires, has new windows, has new seating and everything else like that. It's probably gonna be a deal breaker, right? Because that car, even though it has other redeeming factors, the main factor is
High
bad.
mileage.
Would that do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Would you purchase that car?
I just don't think comparing women to cars is a good analogy.
We're not saying
But
women are cars.
we're not
It's-
saying that.
it's a-
We're
it's an
giving you an
example.
analogy so you understand. I need you to please think critically and get out of your feelings for 2 seconds.
I'm not in my feelings. I'm fine.
You are, because I'm using this analogy to describe, would you purchase a car that had a high mileage, though it had other redeeming factors to it, maybe new windows, new
Yeah,
tires, new
of
everything?
course not. Yeah, I would not buy a car with a high mileage,
Okay,
of course.
so-
But you cannot. I don't think.
Let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
The reason
finish.
why I use that was because everything stems from that.
Mhm.
So if the foundation isn't set, there's nothing else to build upon. So if she has a promiscuous past, everything else, she might be a fantastic person. She might be smart. She might be intelligent. Whatever. The most important foundational root, though, is tainted.
Okay. Yeah.
The seed is off.
Mhm.
So therefore, you can't plant a tree that's gonna grow with great fruit if the seed is off.
Damn.
Yeah, you're free to think that way. Not all men think that way, though. I'm just saying, but you're free to. Yeah.
Men all think this way, and it's hard.
They just don't say it.
To think this way.
Can you
They're-
give us one more factor other than being with
Well,
a woman?
you know, her
Because I
being-
agree with you on that part. I
Yeah.
agree with you that you don't want to be with a woman who's been wearing through. I agree
Yeah,
with you. Just
like-
how I
like-
wouldn't want to be with a man who's been with a million girls. To me, that's disgusting.
Mhm.
But okay,
Yeah.
give me
I would
your.
argue that you can say that, but most women would actually.
But you'll
wanna
probably
be-
not even know. Men probably won't disclose it. Of course.
Yeah, they won't disclose it. But the
Yeah.
point I'm trying to make is that you would actually like a guy that had sex with a lot of women.
You probably won't know though.
Yeah, but the point is you would like him though.
Okay, but
Whereas
we
a
won't
man's
know.
not gonna like a girl that has a man that can have sex with a lot of women is attractive. A woman that has sex with a lot of men is repulsive.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. If I find out that a man has been with all of Miami,
That's not attractive.
that's
at all.
not attractive at all.
Okay.
The
If Drake
thing
walked
is-
in the room right now, would you fuck him?
Pause.
Honestly,
Thank you.
just because you're Drake doesn't mean that you're special.
I'm
But
not. I'm not jumping on someone just
Yeah.
because they're a
But
celebrity.
Yeah.
That's the point. Okay, you guys might
I didn't
not.
have to think about it.
Okay, but a lot of women will.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that for a man to have sex with a lot of women, he has to provide value.
No, and I agree with you. I'm not telling you that every woman is the same, but I want to know one more factor other than that a woman has been around.
And remember,
to.
we're talking about a relationship here. We're talking about, am I going to marry this girl? Am I going to make her my main chick? The biggest factor that comes to play first is she a hoe?
But
If-
can I
if
know
that
one more other than that?
I'm going to.
Okay.
So once that prerequisite is met, the car doesn't have high mileage. Now I can start to look at the windows and the upholstery and how the trunk looks and
Yeah.
is it 4-wheel drive. So with the woman, I would say a lot of guys are, is she compliant? Is she fit? You know, is she not fat? Is she polite? Then these other things come into place. But if the foundation is how do I say this, tainted, there's nothing else to look at. So I know you guys didn't like the car analogy, but that's the truth. You go car shopping, 200,000 miles on it. You don't give a fuck if it has new tires, 4-wheel drive, any of that other stuff.
No, I'm
because
okay
the foundation
with
is
that.
off.
Of course.
So the foundation is off. It's just that women don't like hearing this because anything that represses female sexuality is considered misogynistic or rude. But this is the truth. This is how men view women. We look at women like I know you guys aren't like this, but men look at women as sex objects. Women look at men as success objects. Okay. What does this man provide? Is he successful? How much money does he make? Is he confident? Whatever. All these things come from what the man's accomplished. This is why I say women love opportunistically. For the man, though, it's like, what's her past? Is she a hoe? If I'm going to invest my resources and everything into this girl and marry this woman, give her my last name, she better not have been a hoe.
No, of course. And I agree with you that the over-sexualization of women is not good either. It does a lot of harm to us as well. So
Well, women
Yeah.
over-sexualize themselves.
I think men do it too. Yeah.
No, we don't. It's the women.
Men don't sexualize women.
Okay.
No.
So
Well-
if a woman decides to get into the sex industry and or do any type of activity that generates money from showing her body, whatever, whose choice is that?
Who's the customer buying the product?
But there's still a choice.
There wouldn't be a supply if there wasn't a demand.
But who makes the choice to get into that field?
Look at social media. You guys are on there showing your ass, showing your body. Like, what are guys supposed to do?
We got to take some accountability here. Women can't sexualize. Women can't be forced to sexualize. That's a crime.
Yeah.
That's sexual assault and all these other things. It's a crime. So women choose to sexualize
Yeah, it
themselves.
does happen.
Okay.
Nobody.
But most women that sexualize themselves put sexy pictures of themselves on the internet, dance, maybe OnlyFans, whatever it is. It's by choice.
Yeah.
Nobody's forcing you to do it.
No one.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
Yeah. So
What
it's
about
a
them?
choice. It's not. That's what I'm saying. Women are over sexualized. Women are over sexualized because women choose to. Feminism has come in and liberated women, and since women are more liberated, they sexualize themselves because it's empowering.
And
but it's their choice.
Let's think about it. There's a profit to it too as well.
Yeah,
it's
their choice.
Men do
Yeah.
buy, but think about this:
Yeah.
if you didn't make money from it, would you really do it?
And the thing too is that like if you sexualize yourself, you can't expect men to respect you. So it's your fault if you sexualize because you choose to do so.
Yeah, for sure. Some men won't respect you, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a lot won't. At
Yeah,
least
a lot of men won't respect you. Yeah,
they
of
they
course.
won't admit it. You know, it goes back to what I said before.
Yeah.
A man doesn't want a woman with a past.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just telling you guys how men think. It's just that men will never admit this because if you admit this stuff, they're going to be like,
How dare you?
and then you're going to get fired from your job. They're going to call
Canceled.
you into HR. They're going to call you a misogynist. We've banned off TikTok 6 times for me saying this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This
No,
stuff,
yeah.
these kind of conversations are very tough, and there's a reason why we're blown up because we're speaking for millions of men all across the world. When we say, listen, guys don't want a woman with a past, but you can't say this in today's society.
No, but your preference is your preference, and you know
No, this is
that's fine.
If
Yeah.
you take most men, this is their preference. is
Yeah,
what I'm
and
trying
that
to tell
if
you.
that's their preference, that's what they want. You know, that's your preference. You know, go with it. Go with your preference.
Yeah, but like I said, the reason why I had to stop it real quick is because when we said we don't want a woman with a past, the knee-jerk reaction, what you said, which is typical of a lot of women, is that's shallow. And I had to break it down. No, it's not shallow. It's actually extremely intelligent to worry about a woman's past.
I said if that's the only, I keep having to repeat myself. That's when it's the only thing you care about a woman. You don't care about her character,
It's the
about
foundation.
the type of person she is.
It's
If you
the
want to be with
foundation.
her seriously, then
It's the foundation.
If the engine is bad,
yeah. But
the
you
car
already
is garbage.
clarified you care about other characteristics about a woman too. If you want to
But
be with
if
her,
that
right? So-
prerequisite of her being a hoe is not met first, there's nothing else to look at.
Nothing
Okay,
else.
yeah. And
So-
that's your preference, great. Like that's many men's preference according to you, so that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. People are gonna have differing opinions than mine, and that's fine. Like, just like I wouldn't want to be with a guy that has slept around a lot. You know, me personally. So I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess it's just that it's just funny because it's like a man that sleeps with a lot of women is not the same as a woman that sleeps with a lot of men whatsoever. It's not the same. Like if we both went into a nightclub and we said, "Hey, ladies, who wants to fuck?" Everyone would be like, "What the fuck?" Like, hell no. There'd be a bunch of like, no matter how good looking you are, right? You can have Lambo parked outside, but if you guys go in the club and say, "Who wants to fuck?" Every guy's gonna be like this. That's the difference. So like. A man that has sex with a lot of women isn't the same. So you can say that. I don't want a guy that has sex with a lot of women. The reality is the men that are the most attractive are having sex with all the women, which is why I told you before, only 10 to 20% of men are fucking all the girls because they have traits that make them attractive to a large majority of women. Tall, good looking, money, etc. Professional athletes. You think they're not having sex with a lot of girls, but all the girls want them. Drake, Future, musicians,
Scammers,
drug dealers. Like these guys have certain characteristics that make them attractive to a large majority of women.
Yeah.
They might not tell you have sex with a lot of girls, but they do. Whereas like a girl that has sex with a lot of guys, you'll know and you'll be like, damn, I don't like. I'll take her on a date. I'll fuck with her, but I ain't gonna wife this chick.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Yeah.